Good day, students, and to our future foresters. I am Forester Espina, and I'm here to give you a quick presentation about forest management. In the Forest Licensure exam, some topics change every year, but forest management principles appear consistently. And if you master just 3 areas, including management objectives, forest classification, and allowable cut, you already secure several easy points in the exam. So let's start. Forest management is the systematic application of forestry science and business principles to manage forest resources sustainably. It focuses on production, utilization, and long-term sustainability of forests. So in simpler terms, forest management answers 5 important questions. So we have number 1, what resources exist? Number 2, where are they located? Number 3, when should they be harvested? Number 4, how should they be harvested? And then number 5, and for whom are they managed? So for the exam, a quick tip: board questions often test the planning and sustainability aspect of forest management. Okay? Moving forward, forest management began when societies started protecting forests for specific purposes. In Europe, forests were managed to supply timber for construction and shipbuilding. And by the early 1900s, the American colonial government introduced professional forestry in the Philippines, including scientific forest inventories and management systems. And this led to the principle of sustained yield forestry, meaning forests are or must produce resources continuously without being depleted. That's the main goal. And then moving forward, there are 3 concepts that repeatedly appear in board exams. So first, we have sustained yield, which simply means the forest should produce resources continuously without exceeding its capacity to regenerate. And then second, we have multiple use, wherein forests are managed to provide different benefits, including timber, water protection, wildlife habitat, and recreation. The third is sustainable development, of course, which means managing resources today without compromising future generations. So in order for us to easily remember, think of it like pizza. So like pizza, everyone gets a slice, but no one eats the whole pizza. It must be shared equally. Okay? Next, forest management objectives determine how a forest will be used. So production forests focus on timber and other forest products. And then on the other hand, protection forests safeguard watersheds, soil, and biodiversity. And then the third one, conservation forests, they preserve ecosystems and the wildlife. And then the fourth, we have multiple use forests, they provide several benefits simultaneously. And then for the board, we have to remember in the exam, the objective determines the management strategy. Okay. Moving forward, under Presidential Decree 705, forests in the Philippines are classified by legal status. Public forests are owned by the state. Private forests are legally owned by individuals or corporations. So this classification answers one question in board exams, which is, who owns the forest? And then next, of course, one of the most tested computations in forest management is the annual allowable cut, or also known as AAC. So AAC, it refers to the maximum amount of timber that can be harvested each year without reducing future forest productivity. So in the Philippines, allowable cut calculations are guided by DAO 12 series of 1992, and the simplified formula is, of course, AAC is equals to area divided by cutting cycle multiplied by volume per hectare multiplied by reduction factor. Okay, moving forward, let's check and test right away. So let's solve a quick board style example here. So if a forest area is 500 hectares with 70 cubic meters per hectare, a 35-year cutting cycle, and a 0.7 reduction factor, the allowable cut is... So on that given word problem, we have this given. We can identify the area, it being 500 hectares, volume being 70 cubic meter per hectare, cycle 35 years, reduction factor is 0.7. So using all of those, we have this computation: 500 divided by 35 times 70 times the reduction factor 0.7, it basically gives us approximately 700 cubic meters per year. So that's just one example on how to use the AAC. And then, however, for the exam, another tip that we can provide is that if protected areas exist, you just basically need to subtract them first before computing the AAC. Okay? And then, if you remember only 3 things for the exam, basically, you need to remember management objectives tells you why forests are managed. And then forest classification, it tells you who owns the forest and what it is used for. And of course, the allowable cut determines how much timber can be harvested sustainably. And then moving forward to the quick quiz that we have here. So let's start. Question number one, what does AAC stand for? A, annual area control. B, annual allowable cut. C, average annual capacity. D, authorized area cut. So pause this real quick and then go back for the answer. And the answer is B, annual allowable cut. AAC refers to the maximum sustainable harvest per year. And then moving forward, next question, what is the common cutting cycle used for residual forest in the Philippines? And the answer is, again, pause and then go back to this. It's 35 years. So that is the answer. And then that's it. So if you found this lecture presentation helpful, this exactly what we are teaching inside the URC Forestry Review program. And our program basically focuses on high-yield board topics, exam strategies, and clear concept. So to join, just focus on the links below and then the email as well as the contact number. And we look forward to helping you prepare for the 2026 Foresters Licensure Examination.